I bet you didn't know Jupiter's days and nights aren't like ours at all. In fact, if you were to visit Jupiter, you'd find that the very concept of day and night is completely different from what we experience here on Earth. Our planet has a gentle rhythm: sunrise, daylight, sunset, and then the calm of night. But Jupiter, it's a whole other story. Think it gets dark on Jupiter? Let's find out what really goes on. 400 million miles from Earth. Out there, in the cold reaches of our solar system, Jupiter is a swirling, stormy giant, and its days and nights are anything but ordinary. Imagine standing on a world so far from the sun that sunlight is just a faint glow, and yet the planet itself is alive with energy. First up, Jupiter doesn't really have sunrise and sunset like Earth does. Why? Well, for starters, days on Jupiter are super short, just about 10 hours long. That's less than half the length of a day on Earth. The planet spins so quickly on its axis that if you were floating above the clouds, you'd see the sun rise and set in what feels like the blink of an eye. This rapid rotation means that the boundary between day and night on Jupiter is constantly shifting. The planet's immense size and fast spin create powerful jet streams and bands of clouds that race around the globe, making the transition from day to night a dramatic, swirling spectacle. That's the fastest spin in our solar system. Imagine your whole day, from breakfast to bedtime, packed into less than half an Earth day. You'd barely have time to finish your morning coffee before it was already night again. And because Jupiter is so massive, its equator is actually bulged out from the force of its spin, making the planet look slightly squashed. Now, what about night? Jupiter is a gas giant, which means it doesn't even have a solid surface. There's no ground to stand on, no mountains or valleys, just endless clouds and storms. If you could somehow float in Jupiter's upper clouds, you'd see wild, swirling storms, even in the dark. The atmosphere is a churning sea of hydrogen and helium, with clouds made of ammonia and water vapor. And because there's no solid ground, the concept of night is even stranger. The sun dips below the horizon, but the clouds keep moving, the storms keep raging, and the planet's own heat glows from within. It's a world where darkness never really means calm or quiet. So if you could somehow float in Jupiter's upper clouds, you'd see wild, swirling storms, even in the dark. Lightning flashes illuminate the clouds, and the winds howl at hundreds of miles per hour. The night sky above would be filled with the glow of distant stars, but below, Jupiter's storms would be putting on a show of their own. The famous Great Red Spot is always raging, day or night. This gigantic storm, larger than the entire Earth, has been churning for centuries. It's a hurricane of unimaginable power, with winds swirling at over 400 miles per hour. Whether it's day or night, the Great Red Spot never sleeps. It's a constant reminder of Jupiter's wild, untamed nature. And get this, Jupiter gives off more heat than it gets from the sun. Deep inside, the planet is still hot from its formation, and it radiates this heat out into space. That means even when the sun isn't shining, Jupiter's nights are far from cold and lifeless. The planet glows in infrared, like a cosmic ember burning in the darkness. Scientists think this internal heat powers many of Jupiter's storms and keeps its atmosphere in constant motion. So, while Earth's nights are cooled by the absence of sunlight, Jupiter's nights are kept alive by the planet's own energy. So its nights aren't cold and quiet, they're buzzing with energy. Lightning storms crackle through the clouds, lighting up the night with bursts of electricity. In fact, Jupiter's lightning is some of the most powerful in the solar system, many times stronger than anything we see on Earth. You'd see lightning storms way fiercer than anything on Earth. These storms can stretch for thousands of miles, and the flashes of light can be seen from space. Imagine a night sky where the clouds themselves are alive with energy, constantly flickering and glowing. And if you look toward Jupiter's poles, you'd see something even more spectacular: massive auroras, far bigger and brighter than the northern or southern lights on Earth. These glowing ribbons of light are created by Jupiter's powerful magnetic field, which traps charged particles and sends them spiraling into the atmosphere. The result? A light show that never stops, no matter if it's day or night. So, day or night, Jupiter is always putting on a show. There's never a moment of true calm on this giant planet. Its storms, lightning, and auroras make it one of the most dynamic and fascinating worlds in our solar system. Want more cosmic wonders? Tap subscribe and join us on our next space adventure. The universe is full of mysteries, and together, we'll keep exploring the most amazing places beyond our world.